but we can slide on here and let's talk about the last piece. That's right foot up and into this topic right here. We had a whole topic.
That was good.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I work on this transition
really
a little
good
bit.
Sick. Yeah, good job.
There was a whole Twitter topic and debate about redemption arcs in the game's life cycle. Games that started off pretty shit that ended up in a really good spot with the people, and there was kind of a big floating, debate debacle thread, what have you. I think it was from GPT Gaming News on Twitter. This topic popped up again. They said, out of these games, which do you think had the best redemption arc? And they listed Cyberpunk 2077, Fallout 76, No Man's Sky, and Sea of Thieves. And I know I've talked about at length of whether games even certainly deserve redemption, why they coming out like this in the first place, but that's a whole nother conversation on this side. People have been up in arms about this in little bits. I know Win dropped a little bit of content. Check out Win Easy on TikTok. You know what I mean? For a couple of notes on that as well. But I mean, first of all, do y'all even care about this, for one? And then I can rant and fucking and yap about this for a quick 2 minutes if y'all need.
No, I do not. I'll take this as a break to go to the bathroom. You guys have it.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. I can't even imagine anybody but Cyberpunk being the actual, not Cyberpunk, anybody but not No Man's Skies being the only person really deserving of this. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who originated even having a redemption arc, truly. Mm-hmm. Like, the amount of stuff that the game puts into it is bananas, right? Like, it is bananas. The amount of effort and all of it being free is just another, like, it's just the icing on the cake. Because at the end of the day, when I think of redemption, I think of what is being redeemed, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what do you mean when you say redemption? When I think of redemption, it is essentially, hey, we lost our player base. How can we make it up to them, right? How can we get back our good faith with you guys? When Cyberpunk launched a bad game, they lost a lot of people, but there were still a lot of people praising this game. It was still nominated, and that was like, this is one of my biggest points, is that it was still nominated for a game award. Like, you're not gonna sit here and tell me this game was shunned by everyone. When the industry, a lot of people in the industry who still like this game, who still thought it was good, who a lot of people were saying like it doesn't have as many problems as everybody's making it out to seem. No Man's Skies was quite literally forgotten. I think No Man's Skies came out and nobody said a word. I think the only time it was announced, I think it was nominated for most anticipated game of the year before it released, and then after that, nobody was talking about No Man's Skies.
Not a word, bro. I remember specifically beforehand. I remember I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be honest. I was bashing this game. I was in high school. I was bashing this game. So I was like, yo, I don't know how this shit look, bro. And it was a friend of mine. I think his name was Deadass Juan, bro. Shout out Juan if you're still out there, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. I remember he was super hyped for this game. I remember he was super fucking hyped for this game. We went to bat with this in multiple classes. The game came out like the next year or whatever, and I talked to him. Shit was silent. It was crickets, bro. It was like, I was like, bro, I told you shit was gonna flop, blah 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 blah, da da da. It was in the gutter. The reputation, the standard for this thing was in the absolute fucking gutter. Continue. I just want to say.
No, yeah. Like, I was just saying, like, it's just like seeing what they're doing with this game, seeing how this game has just evolved, and I don't think I could ever praise this game enough, because we are 8 years into this game being out, and they haven't asked me for not $1 after I bought the game. They haven't asked me for 1 cent, and it almost doesn't make sense how, like, this shit can actually even exist, how a game can do all of this stuff while at the same time not asking for a penny in return. And that's the problem that I have, is like, every game has microtransactions on this list. So like Fallout 76 has a premium subscription. Sea of Thieves has literally full stores of cosmetics, and even Cyberpunk has a paid DLC, right? Like a paid expansion to the game. But this is the only game that consistently keeps giving back to its players, the players that felt robbed when they first bought the game, and they haven't stopped. And like, when you think of No Man's Skies, and that's one thing too, is I made a TikTok, and it's funny because I got a lot of people saying Cyberpunk, and then a lot of people being like, this isn't even a conversation, it's No Man's Skies. And I think it's not, some of it may be recency bias, I could see that, but I also just don't think a lot of people understand how bad No Man's Skies was on release.
They wasn't with you shooting in the gym, bro. They wasn't with us shooting in the gym. They don't know how, like, at least I'll jump in here for a quick second. Well, actually, you know what? Go ahead. Before I get to that point, continue.
No, I was just saying, like a lot of people, and like that's funny. It's like comment section is like full of people being like, no, you guys don't understand how bad how bad Cyberpunk was. Like on launch, yes, Cyberpunk did not work correctly. That is true. But there is a difference between like your game not working correctly, but still having a lot of features in it that was there and a lot of shit that still worked, and you having like a full story and shit, and the game going from scan rock, get rock, put it in ship, fly forward, to now having different civilizations, having different like there's so much added to this game.
Achieve Star Citizen's plan before Star Citizen even finished.
Bro, there isn't a game that I can think of that went from a single player game to an MMO level experience.
Facts.
Like even a single player game to a fully co-op online experience. In just that concept. Think about that. Like think about opening up one day Cyberpunk and then them being like, yo, new update, you can play with 4 of your friends now. And now the game fundamentally works different because now you have so many people to work with in doing so. Like it's all free, and that's the thing. That's like it's all free, bro.
Facts. And I let me jump in here. Yeah. So before I get to No Man's Sky, let me just go through the other ones really quickly. Again, Fallout 76 still kind of ass. Let's get that out the rip. Let's get this out the way first and foremost. All right. No matter how they came a long way. Good news is that you came a long way. You know what I'm saying? You almost went the wrong way too, but it's all right. You know what I'm saying? But Fallout 76 still like you know what I'm saying? It's still still bugs and glitches. Still has all the pay services. I don't even think the gameplay is that hard. You know what I'm saying? That it is what it is. It's kind of like, man, it's last on my list. Sea of Thieves next. They were kind of boring. The servers didn't work. A little bit of problems at the beginning, but the collaborations, them going to different platforms, that boosted them up. They're in a good place right now. The servers have healthy life. They got a good amount of things to do, activities. They're in a better place, but not to the same effect. Because I feel like there wasn't that level of expectation. Cyberpunk, again, it was divisive because in some points it just didn't fucking work. It was too many glitches on some people's things. Other people were perfectly fine. There was that divisiveness. It wasn't consistent throughout. Had problems, but they did keep working and they built that stuff. One of the best redemption stories in gaming history, period. I will not take that away from Cyberpunk. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? They came a long way. I enjoy Cyberpunk. I gotta go play through Cyberpunk again, fully all the way through this time. You know what I mean? I gotta go back. So Cyberpunk's there, but the weight of expectation that an indie studio provided on itself, I think that was probably some of the most pressure I've seen an indie studio give to themselves, or they got put on them from the claims of this game, from the claims of what happened, from when Sean Murray first stepped up on the E3 stage, nervous as shit, trying to present this game. He was shaking, literally
bro.
shaking, bro. I seen that man. I'm like, yo, this man looks like he about to like disintegrate, bro. This shit look tough for him. Like he was like trying to get his points out like that, from that weight of expectation to almost dying as a game and experience, from almost everybody turning your back on this game like, dog, this wasn't worth it. It's just a whole, you know, it's a National Geographic simulator, bro. You can't really do anything else. All you do is scan it and move to the next thing. It's pointless. You know what I'm saying? The gameplay loops aren't satisfying. To go from that lowest of the low to consistently, and they're the epitome of consistency for 8 years straight. Updates, meta changes, you know what I'm saying? Just absolute design upgrades. How many feature additions? How many things you can't even imagine at this point? Consistently and for free. They had the greatest weight of expectation, and they exceeded that expectation through the work that they did. The onus of pressure to be a game that delivered as an indie with that stage that they were given at first, and the consistency to build up from the hole that they were in. That's what makes them the best redemption arc, bro. And they're still doing it to the point where we're saying, yo, you're good, bro. You're making another game, dog. You can stop. They dropped the update literally this week. They dropped a whole new update. Like, dog, like, we get it. You're sorry. I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, so like they keep doing acts just to make sure you know they're sorry. Like, okay, bro, we're square, bro. I promise we're good. Like, we love you, dog. You didn't go so extra. You know what I mean?
There's a meme every time they drop an update. In the replies, there's always a meme that's like, Sean Murray, please stop giving me free updates. I have money now. Like, I have money.
I can support you. Nigga,
I can give you some money.
Do you need some money?
Like, It's so wild.
Facts.
Terrence Howard, man.
Facts.
What a delivery.
Oh shit! Like it's insane to think that they're still going, and again, they're developing this whole other huge game in addition to this stuff, and they're still like, nah, we need to make sure that they get what they deserve. They need to get all that stuff. I don't know how it's even a question how No Man's Sky is not the best, or it is the best redemption arc in gaming history. That is hands down, feet down, appendage down, put whatever additional limbs down that you want. It's the best. It is the best. It does not compare.
He came to double down, y'all.
No, facts. Like, I don't know. I love Cyberpunk, but the Cyberpunk glaze has got to chill out in terms of where it stands in terms of redemption stuff. Like, yo, put the honey down, gang. Put the honey down.
It's a good game. Like I cannot express enough, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people get like twisted.
Absolutely fantastic, but we know where it came from and we know where it got to, and it's not. You're not at the levels of care and consistency and taking care of the player base that No Man's Sky and Hello Games was. That's just plain a fact.
Like, and that's the thing is like, and another thing too. I see people always trying to compare the games for the games, the stories. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about what's a better game. We're talking about what game has given the people that they've wronged the most. That's what I see when I think of redemption. Who has done the most for their player base, and it was one without a doubt, No Man's Skies.
Facts. This is something that I think needs to be overstated even more in a day and age where we get nickeled and dimed and bullshitted by services a lot. We get thrown into we get thrown into season passes and cut content and all this shit to shortchange us and maximize the buck of the companies. Service like this it needs to be championed. It needs to be shouted to the hilltops. This is how shit should go. We should be taken care of, and in return we'll take care of you. But it should be this level of reciprocal attention and just painstaking detail and commitment to quality throughout. This needs to be an example. This needs to be a shining example of what the fuck needs to be done in gaming, especially if shit goes wrong. Shit should be right in the first place, but again, lo and behold, that's the best redemption arc. It's No Man's Sky. I'm about to say, put that motherfucking honey down, man. The glazing arc is crazy online lately, bro. But all I'm saying is, man, if you are gonna glaze, do it to the right things. Please do it to the right things.
Period.
Damn, shit is
like
crazy.
This podcast, make sure you glaze this podcast.
Let's go.
Give it 5 glazed donuts.
Oh shit! Yo, I didn't even catch that. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't even know I threw the oof up like that. I appreciate y'all for that one. That was fire. You heard him. Let's go.
Period.
Oh shit! That was fire. All right, let me push forward.